Every second, the global financial market generates millions of data points. Tickers flash, prices swing, and a massive ocean of contradictory information floods the screens of trading floors around the world. Navigating this raw feed without a system is closer to gambling than investing. For the average individual, it's like trying to find a signal while drowning in static. But we already use filters in our daily lives. When you shop for a new smartphone, you don't pick a box at random and hope the device works. You evaluate. This matrix shows how that choice actually happens. You line up the contenders and compare specific technical specifications. You weigh the battery life and camera quality against the price to find the best fit for your needs. This exact same logic applies to multi-billion-dollar corporations. When millions of investment dollars are on the line, the evaluation process has to be even more rigorous. This is where the research analyst comes in. They are the professional celesters of the financial world, the essential filter that turns chaotic market noise into a clear investment strategy. An analyst's scope is massive. To reach a conclusion, they have to process data through a strict top-down funnel, narrowing their focus from global trends to specific line items. At the top of the funnel is macroeconomic analysis, tracking global trade and GDP. Moving to the middle is industry analysis, mapping out regulations and the competitive landscape. Finally, the narrow tip is microanalysis, scrutinizing granular operational details of a specific company. At this level, they weigh two distinct types of information. Quantitative factors cover the hard numbers, like revenue and debt. Qualitative factors look at the soft concepts, like the ethics of the management team and overall operational efficiency. Numbers alone can be a flawed indicator. Without the qualitative human context, a mathematical model cannot accurately predict a company's true trajectory in a crisis. To find that human context, analysts have to step away from their monitors and directly interview the management running the company. This creates a natural tension. Corporate management will almost always try to spin a rosy picture of their business, highlighting wins while downplaying losses. To defend against this, analysts rely on deep pre-meeting research. They arrive with targeted questionnaires designed to pin management down on specific operational facts, preventing them from dodging difficult questions. If the boardroom answers don't match the data, analysts go deeper. They talk to suppliers, middle management, and even competitors to verify if what management is saying actually happens on the factory floor. This makes the analyst a corporate investigator. Their primary duty is to cross-verify every public relations claim against the company's absolute financial reality. Once the investigation is complete and a decision is reached, who actually uses that research? It depends on the analyst's firm. Sell-side analysts work for investment banks and brokerages. They publish their recommendations in the public domain to help guide the trading decisions of their clients. Buy-side analysts work for asset managers, like mutual funds or hedge funds. Their research stays strictly internal, used directly by fund managers to invest the firm's own capital. Finally, independent analysts operate separate from major firms. They sell objective, subscription-based insights to anyone from individual investors to large institutions. These three groups may serve different clients, but collectively they establish the fair value of securities and drive the daily mechanics of market liquidity. As this syllabus shows, the scope of knowledge required is massive. An analyst must be fluent in everything from global economics to complex corporate governance and valuation principles. This requires a dual-threat mindset. You need the technical ability to build advanced quantitative models in a spreadsheet, paired with the inquisitive nature to question every assumption. But data is only useful if it's understood. Top-tier communication skills are mandatory, because a complex insight is wasted if it cannot be clearly explained to the people making the decisions. There is also a strict ethical mandate. A valid research report must be stripped of personal bias, and every potential conflict of interest must be transparently disclosed to the client. Research analysts act as the final translators of the global economy. By converting abstract financial chaos into clear, unbiased truth, they protect investors and ensure the markets remain grounded in reality.